11.5 minutes to go in the first. 5-on-3 for Notre Dame. St. Charles up 1-0. Back to the point. Looks like Nolaire's taking a shot. Saved by the goalie. Now it's 5-on-4. Noble and Judd up front. Crosswaith and McLean on the point. Judd chips it up center for Noble. He gets there, gets the shot. Goalie kicks out the pad. Judd keeps the puck in the zone. Notre Dame gets there first. Notre Dame's starting to break out. Center. Patty Young gets in the way. Offside. We'll get Markowicz on the point. With Wiersbicky. It's back for Wiersbicky. He fires that all the way down the ice. Shot on net. Goalie's going to hang on to that. Still 2:15 to go in the penalty against St. Charles. 10:24 to go in the first. Off the draw. It's in some feet. Young sends it to Judd. Judd's shot's blocked, and Notre Dame heads out with it. Offside is called. Goes back in the St. Charles zone. In the corner, now it's shot from the point. Deflected away. Battle behind the net. Markowicz keeping him back there. Puck gets back to the point. Shots fired. Judd blocks that. Goes high into the ceiling. Out of bounds. Gucci and Billard are up front now. Will Burns on the point with Peugeot. Notre Dame chips it up. Takes it in the zone. Peugeot sends that all the way down. Notre Dame gets it back, starts to head up center. Into the zone, shot. Save is made. Billard fires that all the way down. Notre Dame brings it back in the zone. Stop there. Peugeot fires that down. 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Puck's in the zone. St. Charles fires that around. Notre Dame keeps it in. And we're back to 5-on-5. Battle down low, shot off the side of the net. Puck's in the corner. McLean keeping him there. Getting some help. Notre Dame back in the zone. Gets into the corner. St. Charles gets it back, centering pass. In some feet, stays on side. Marshfield gets it deep. Marshfield battles in the corner. Puck comes out to Gilbert. He gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Rebound gets held on to. Pushing and shoving. That's going to be that. Marshfield on the draw. Holden and Larch on the wings. Crossway gets the puck. He's on the point with McLean. Shot is saved. McLean gets it back, sends that deep. In front, shot blocked by Notre Dame. And they head the other way with it. Behind the net. Crossway keeping the pressure going. Now Marshfield. Puck hits the side of the net. Notre Dame picks it back up. They're in the corner. They cycle it behind the net. McLean picks up the loose puck though. Skates past the defender. Gets that up to Larch. He gets that out. Sent back in on net. Goalie plays that for Crossway. Crossway up for Larch. He chips that up center. Gets away from them. Notre Dame chips it back in. McLean picks up now. McLean up center. There we go. Off Marshfield. Icing waved off. 6:20 to go in the first. Still 1-0 for St. Charles. Notre Dame gets in. Pass in front. Can't connect. Now shot from the point. Goes wide. Puck comes all the way out. Icing waved off because a shot from Notre Dame. Patrick Young gets the puck behind the net. Notre Dame finds it, sends it up center. Markowicz sends that in the corner. Whistle goes, probably holding call coming up here. Yeah. Power play coming up for St. Charles. Get Young, Noble, and Judd up front. Markowicz and Wiersbicki on the point. 6 minutes to go, just under 6 minutes to go in the first. Puck's in the corner. Judd sends it back to the point. Wiersbicki down low. One-timer from Noble. Can't connect. Gets back to Wiersbicki. He keeps that in. Judd picks it up. Goes in the high slot. Gets past one. Pass in front. Gets over to Noble. Noble down low for Judd. Judd over for Young. Back for Noble. He walks across. Gets down low for Young. Young back to the point. Markowicz has it. His shot deflected by Noble. Save, rebound, cleared out by Notre Dame. On the goal line. Now Markowicz for Wiersbicki. Picked up by Noble. Takes that into the zone in front for Wiersbicki. Back for Noble. Over for Wiersbicki. Shot fired and saved. Young gets a puck in the corner. Young skates along the sidewall. Gets that down low for Judd. Judd gets it back to the point for Markowicz. He walks in. His shot hits his shin pad. Markowicz gets that back. Hands it off to Wiersbicki across for Noble. There's a stick in front of the net from one of the Notre Dame players. Judd gets a puck in the corner. Over for Young. Back to Judd. In front. Deflected away. Wiersbicki picks up the puck. Gets that from Markowicz. This shot steered away by the goalie. Young gets the rebound. Another shot. Another save. Goalie hangs on that one. Gucci, Gilbert, and Billard up front now. Peugeot on the point with Burns. Burns up to Billard. He takes it back in the zone. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Gilbert helping him out down low. Billard comes out with it. Gets it over for Gucci. Gucci walks out with it, gets it in front. Puck's loose. Peugeot finds it, keeps it in the zone. Now Notre Dame chips it up down the center. Back in our zone. Burns ties up down low, gets it up for Gucci. Gilbert back to Gucci. Carson takes it behind the net. Oh, almost had the wraparound. Tries to get to the point. Notre Dame picks it up though. Notre Dame shot off the blocker. Picked up by Gooch. Takes that ice. Back in the zone. Cuts to the net. Gets hooked up there. There's a penalty coming up against Notre Dame. Hooking. Face off coming up to the left of the goalie. Holden and Larch on the wings. Marshfield on the draw. Clean on the point. With Crossway. Notre Dame tries to clear that. Kept in by McLean. Puts that in front. Larch's shot deflected into the corner. Larch sends it back down low. Crossway keeps that in, gets some help from Larch. Larch walks across, gets a shot from the slot. Goalie misses it. Off the draw, we get it back to Crossway. Daniel brings it back in down low. Pass in front. And the backhand for Larch. He gets that back to the point for McLean. McLean across the blue line. Shot blocked. He gets that back. Pass in front. Picked off by Notre Dame. They send that down. Kuzis kicks that up. Notre Dame gets it back. Fires a shot. Big save. Another save. Now he hangs on to that one. Kessler with a couple saves there. 2:07 to go in the first. One minute to go in the power play. Wiersbicki gets it off the draw. Chips that up. Notre Dame sends it back in the zone. Kessler plays that for Peugeot. Peugeot gets that up to the winger. Chips that up for Judd. He takes that in the zone. On the sidewall. Comes out with it. Gets that back to the point for Wiersbicki across for Peugeot now. Peugeot back to Wiersbicki. Down low, Noble finds it. Shot fired, but the goalie kicks out the pad. Wiersbicki picks the puck up behind the net. Gets that for Judd. He's at center. Sends that deep in the zone. Behind the net, St. Charles with some pressure. Notre Dame chips it up. Peugeot gets it back. Cross for Wiersbicki. Now back for Judd now. Takes it up center. Dumps it in the zone. Jackson Noble after it. Noble with a nice hit. Now gets some help from Judd. Into the corner goes number 3 for St. Charles. Judd gets it out behind the net. In front for number 3, his shot. It's some metal. St. Charles keeps that in. Shot from the point from Burns. Goes wide. Rebound kept in. Noble after it. Getting some help from number 3. 10 seconds to go in the period. Penalty coming up. 2 minutes for head contact against St. Charles. 8 seconds to go in the period. Oh, he's getting 4 minutes. Gucci on the draw, Billard on the wing. Shots back to the point, fired. They get it in. Looks like that might be Cole Allaire. We got a tie game 1-1. And 2 minutes left in the power play. All right, so someone else is serving the penalty for Noble. He's going to stay in for a couple more minutes after the 2 on the board. No, maybe not. Whistle goes. No, just the 2 minutes on the board. 5-on-4. Pichot sends that down. That's going to be the end of the first period. All right, second period action, 15 minutes to go in the second. 1:54 in penalty against St. Charles. Ref still talking after intermission. I think we're all good. All right, here we go. Off the draw, it's Gucci picks it up, brings it in, cuts, gets the puck back in the corner. Now Notre Dame with possession. Fired up center, Billard gets there, fired it back deep in the zone. Comes out front, picked up by Notre Dame and they head out with it. Pressure from Gucci on the back check. Get in. Notre Dame sends it down low to the corner. Back to the point, D-to-D shot, blocked in front. Billard with a battle on the sidewall, getting some help from McLean. Now across the way, keeping them outside. And the net, Notre Dame sends it back to the point. Allaire fires a shot off the shin pad of Billard. He turns that into a breakaway. Oh, I think the goalie got a piece of that one. 40 seconds to go in St. Charles penalty. Pressure from Gilbert now, getting some help. And now McLean fires it up for Gilbert. Breakaway pass. Gilbert's shot goes wide. He gets the rebound in front. Judd gets that back for St. Charles, avoids a hand pass. Tries a wraparound. Puck's at center now. Notre Dame picks it up. They get a shot that goes wide. Now there's shots on net. Kessler hangs on to that one. 6 seconds to go in the penalty, 13-12 to go in the second period. Wiersbicky and Markowicz on the point. Young and Judd up front. Notre Dame gets a shot from the point into the corner. Wiersbicky keeping him there. We're back to 5-on-5. Back to the point for Notre Dame. They send that back down low. Notre Dame tries to get to the point. Off of Judd's stick, out of bounds. We get a face off to the left of Kessler. Shot into the zone. They're back on side. Up to Young. Back in the zone for Wiersbicky. 12.5 minutes to go in the second. 1-1 game. Wiersbicky taking it out of the zone. Chips it up center. Young gets it down low for Judd. Something happened behind the net. I think the net went off. Yeah, that's off. Oh, 12:08 to go in the second. Holden's shot goes wide. Peugeot keeps that in. Behind the net, Holden finds it, pass in front. Comes out for Peugeot, his shot goes around the other way. Burns there, keep it in. Now the puck come around the other way. St. Charles keeps that in. Nice work from number 3. Goalie makes a save. Now Peugeot keeps it in. His shot comes around the other way. Holden gets that in front. 3 gets a shot, goes into the corner. Oh, nice hit from Larch in the corner. Now it's back for Peugeot. Peugeot gets it to Larch. He chips it into the zone. Holden with some pressure. Got a nice hit there. Now it's back for Peugeot again. Chips that into the zone. Notre Dame chips that around. Hit from number 9. Burns. Now Peugeot keeps that in. Notre Dame chips it up. Burns knocks it down, gets it back for Quinner. Up center, just out of the reach of Gilbert, icing called. Gucci on the draw. Billard and Gilbert on the wings with him. McLean on the point with crossway. Puck's up for Gucci, takes it into the zone. Probably coming up against Notre Dame, it's in! Carson Gucci with a shot going through the goaltender. Negates the penalty, puts St. Charles up 2-1. Behind the net, crossway fires that up. Gucci picks up the puck, brings it back in the zone. Can't get the shot off, but gets the puck down low for Billard. Into the corner, Gilbert gets it for Billard. Regan comes out with it. Set back to Daniel. Daniel across the blue line, shot deflected in front. Puck just goes wide. Gilbert gets a piece of it in the corner. Chipped out, and McLean gets that back for St. Charles. Notre Dame sends that back in the St. Charles zone. McLean picks it up in the corner, chips that up, knocked out of the air by Marshfield. He skates it into the zone. His shot off the blocker. Gilbert gets the rebound on the sidewall over behind the net now for Marshfield. Puck squeaks out of the zone. McLean gets back there for it, takes it behind the net. Off the Judd into the neutral zone. Notre Dame has possession. Pressure from St. Charles forces a turnover to McLean. McLean fires that up into the neutral zone. Notre Dame gets a puck in onside, but Daniel Crossway steals it, brings it in the zone, fires a shot, and the goalie just hangs on to that one. 8:53 to go in the second. Marshfield wins the draw back to the point. Markowicz to Wiersbicky. Sends that down low. Marshfield working at it with Young. Young comes out with it. Tries to get that. Looking for some options. Skates it around. Finds Wiersbicky. His shot through traffic. Goalie makes a save. Rebounds loose. Cleared away. Kept in by Wiersbicky. Young gets it back to Wiersbicky. Back in the zone for Marshfield. Marshfield gets that in deep. So, nice shot from Marshfield. Rebound. Loose. Wow, he gets ripped down by his head in front. The ref behind the scenes calls it. Judd chips that down low. Now the penalty called. 4 minutes for head contact coming up against Notre Dame. 8 minutes to go in the second. Gucci, Gilbert, and Billard up front. Markowicz on the point with Wiersbicky. It's back for Markowicz. Down low for Gucci, back for Markowicz. Back for Carson. Carson's shot deflected in front. Knocked down by Wiersbicky, sends it over for Carson. Carson for Harrison. Harrison walks the blue line, hands it back to Carson. Carson gets a nice low shot, net comes off. Not going to call it, he's going to fix it. We're going to get his shot. Now I can't connect in front. Gucci gets a puck back though. Gucci cycles that around for Wiersbicky. He hands that back to Gooch in the high slot. Sends it down low for Markowicz. Markowicz tries to go backdoor. Can't connect on it though, but St. Charles gets it back. Wiersbicky for Gucci. Gucci walks in, drives the net, gets the shot. Goalie makes a save, but now the net really comes off. 3:06 to go on the penalty, 7:07 in the second. Larch on the draw. Holden and number 3 on the wings. Burns is there to keep it in. It's back for Burns, across for Peugeot. Peugeot circles back. Down low for Larch. Larch back to Peugeot. Peugeot's shot hits his shin pad. Burns is there to keep it in. Burns sends that deep for Holden. Holden cycles that for number 3. Pass in front. Picked up by Notre Dame. They send that out. Peugeot gets that back. Takes it behind the net. Oh, Larch gets it back. Notre Dame keeps it in. Possibly too many players on the ice. But now number 3 takes it in the zone. In front for, back for 3. It's shot. Goalie makes a save. Whistle goes. Two minutes left in the power play. 6:02 in the second. Back to McLean on the point. Down low for Judd. Gets that in front. Marshfield's shot gets sent wide. Judd gets it back. Judd across for Crossweight. Shot through traffic, deflected. Young gets it back behind the net. Young gets it over for McLean. McLean back for Young. Young across for McLean. His shot off the post and in. Andrew McLean with a power play goal. Assist from Patrick Young. 5.5 minutes to go in the second. 3-1. St. Charles back to 5-on-5. Noble should be out of the box soon. Marshfield takes it in off the draw. His shot goes over the net. He gets the rebound. Goalie makes a save. Pass from Judd. Save from Marshfield. Now Young gets it down low, but the net is off again. It's the same post. We'll get a flood in 5 minutes, so hopefully that fixes that. Marshfield gets the draw. Notre Dame gets the puck out. Odd man rush the other way. Nice back check. They're going to get a tripping call. Oh, he's giving a penalty shot. Catch their koozies in net. Is ready. Whistle goes. Number 6 for Notre Dame coming in. It's coming up center. Shot goes by. And here's Bicky on the point. Gucci on the draw. Gilbert and Billard on the wings. Notre Dame gets it back to the point. Laird keeps it in. Gucci picks it right back up and heads out with it. Back for Billard. His shot blocked. He gets his own rebound. Goalie makes the save on that one. Billard back to Wiersbicki, back for Regan. Pass in front, Gucci's shot off the side. Maybe the goalie got a piece of it. Billard keeps it in. Notre Dame sends that back up the neutral zone. Markowicz picks it up for St. Charles. Fires that around for Wiersbicki. Notre Dame gets it in front, but Kessler hangs on to that one. All right, we got Noble back on the ice, taking the draw. He's out there with Young and Judd. Peugeot got that off the draw up for Young, over for Noble. He sends that deep. We got Burns on the point, helping everyone out. Now Judd battles down low, gets some help from Younger. Judd takes it behind the net. Back for Judd now. Gets that behind the net, getting bumped. Bumping and grinding, penalties coming up there. Cross check is the call. Two-minute power play with 3:44 to go in the second. 3-1 St. Charles. Off the draw, Notre Dame clears it out. Peugeot gets it for St. Charles. Fires that around. Young picks that up, centers that for Judd. He gets it in. Noble stays on side somehow. Judd gets up on the sidewall, back to the point, just couldn't connect with Peugeot. Peugeot up for Noble. Noble takes it up wide into the zone. Interference. Against St. Charles. So 4-on-4 for a minute 22. .306 in the second. Notre Dame gets it back to the point, chip it in to the corner. Young chips that out. Noble picks it up into the zone. Draw pass, couldn't connect, and Notre Dame heads out with it. Notre Dame shot steered away by the goalie. Now Noble chips that up, kept it at the blue line. Peugeot gets it behind the net. Stands his ground. Notre Dame gets a shot. Kessler gets a piece of it. It's back to the point, but whistle goes because the net's off. Back here now. .39 seconds left in Notre Dame's penalty. 1:17 in St. Charles. 2:23 in the second. Marshfield on the draw. He's up there with Larch. McLean gets that around for Crossthwaite. Daniel skates it up wide. He's going to bring that into the zone. Cuts in front. Gets that around for Larch. Larch keeping it in the zone. Gets some help from Daniel. Notre Dame finds it though and heads out with it. Bring it in the zone. McLean ties him up. Gets it back for St. Charles. Now we're on the penalty kill. McLean brings it in. His shot deflected out of bounds. 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Minute 37 in the second. Gucci gets it off the draw into the corner, ties up. He's out there with Gilbert. Gucci keeps the pressure down low. Gilbert helping out now, pokes it to Gucci. Notre Dame finds it though and starts to break out with it. Up through center, it's back for a crossweight. He fires that all the way down. Notre Dame goalie plays it behind the net. Chip it up. Referee keeps it in. Gilbert gets that back for crossweight. He fires that down center. Oh, penalty just finished. Icing called. Minute to go in the second period. Shot goes wide. Markovich fires it up the boards. Gilbert to Gucci. It's knocked back into the corner. Into the other corner. Notre Dame cycles it down low. Pressure from Gucci and Wiersbicki. Puck comes out front. Can't connect with anybody. Notre Dame tries it back out front again. Defense sends that deep. Now St. Charles gets it back. Billard chips it off the glass. Bounces out front. Notre Dame gets it. Pressure from Gucci. Turns him around but loses a stick. Penalty coming up against... No, but... The original penalty was against Notre Dame. We'll see if we get one too. Oh, Gucci's good. He's going to the bench. So just the initial call. Oh wait, he's kicking them out? I don't know. No, Gucci's left too. They both have left the ice surface. But Notre Dame has a player in the box. No penalties on the board yet. Now penalty coming up for Notre Dame, 2 minutes. Alright, off the draw, everyone's all tied up. 6 seconds on the board. Markovich keeps it in. Comes out, and that's going to be the end of the second. All right, third period action, 15 minutes to go. Judd hands it off to Noble. Comes back for Markowicz now. He's got some pressure from Notre Dame. He got a power play for a minute and a half. Young gets the puck in the neutral zone, hands it off to Markowicz. Markowicz takes it in, drops it for Judd. Judd takes it in, gets past one. Hands it off to Markowicz now. Bouncing puck. Cleared out by Notre Dame. Kessler leaves that for Judd. Ships it up to himself. Over for Wiersbicki. His shot deflected away. Judd gets the rebound down low. In the corner, sends that back to Markowicz. Back for Judd. Back to Markowicz. Across for Noble. Noble walks in. Gets it back door for Judd. His shot through the uprights. Markowicz behind the net. Gets that over for Marshfield. Cross for McLean. In front. Can't connect. And Notre Dame sends that out. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Crossweight behind the net. Picks it up. Fires it up the sidewall. Larch battling. Getting some help from Marshfield. It's back for Crossweight. Up for Holden. We're back to 5-on-5. Marshfield hands it off to Crossweight. Up for McLean. Notre Dame keeps that in. Oh, a tripping call coming up against St. Charles. Well, 12:46 to go. Power play for Notre Dame in a 3-1 game. McLean and Crossweight on the point. We got Billard and Gucci up front. Face off coming to the left of Kessler. Notre Dame gets it in front. Shot goes wide. Put it back in front. Rebound, save. Net comes off. Trying to face off from the other side now. Oh, no, never mind. Back here we go. 12:34 to go in regulation. McLean fires it off the boards. Notre Dame keeps that in. Put it in front. Shot goes behind the net. Cleared away by Crossweight. And Gilbert gets it out of the zone. Crossweight gets the puck in the corner. Chips that up. Plays the bounce and goes for a skate into Notre Dame's territory. Shot. Goalie makes the save. Gilbert ties up in the corner. Notre Dame gets it back with a minute to go in the power play for them. They cut in front. Can't get a shot, and Billard gets it back and sends that all the way down. Notre Dame working the puck down low, but pressure from Gucci. Gets that in front for Billard. Just couldn't get that on net. I'm sorry, that was Gilbert. Now Peugeot gets it back and fires that all the way down as the penalty ticks away. Just 30 seconds left to go in the penalty. 11:15 in regulation. Notre Dame takes the puck in the zone. Can't connect on the pass. They send it back to the point and send it back down low. Will Burns gets there first and sends it all the way down. Now Gucci with some pressure, blocks the goalie's shot. And back for Peugeot. Peugeot over for Will. Will gets it to Gucci at center. Gucci follows it in the zone as we return to 5-on-5. Into the other corner goes 3. Cleared out by Notre Dame, but off a player on the bench, so face-off comes inside. Ten and a half minutes to go in regulation. Look at Peugeot on the point with Burns. Noble, Young, Judd up front. Young to Judd, his shot deflected away. Noble's after it. Gets a piece and Burns is there to keep it in and stand his ground. Burns pinches, gets the puck and the body. Judd in front for Noble, his shot deflected away. Notre Dame gets it in the corner. Peugeot gets it back for St. Charles in the neutral zone. Back for Peugeot. Chips that out of the zone. Notre Dame sends it in. They're back on side. Burns for Judd. Back for Burns. Around it goes. Peugeot to Young. Young takes that into the zone. Gets it in front. Judd shot saved. Judd on the back check, keeping that in. Getting help from Noble. Judd knocks it down, gets a shot. Another save, rebounds. Is loose, but the whistle goes. 9.5 minutes to go. Marshfield on the draw. We'll get Larch and Holden on the wings. Markowicz on the point with Wiersbicky. Battle in the corner. That comes up behind the net. Notre Dame cuts up center with it. Chip it in the zone. Wiersbicky ties up behind the net. Getting some help from Marshfield. Support. Now Markowicz helping out, and Marshfield comes out with it. Marshfield takes it into the zone, gets it over for Holden. His shot, save, rebounds loose, still loose, and now the goalie hangs on to that one. Gucci, Billard, and Gilbert up front. Markowicz on the point with Wiersbicky. Puck comes around the side. Billard plays the body. Puck comes back for Markowicz. It's at the blue line. Notre Dame brings it in. Gets the shot. Kessler makes the save. Puck comes out front. Gucci sends that away. Now Markowicz clears it. Notre Dame finds it. Comes out front with it. Gets a shot. Kessler with a save, rebound out front. Get the goal. A 3-2 game with 8:20 to go. Gillard gets it into the zone. Back to the point for Crosthwaite. His shot deflected away. Notre Dame skates it into the zone. Nice back check from Gilbert. Pass in front. Can't get a shot off. Pressure from Gucci. Now another shot that's saved. Rebound saved. Kicked away by Crosthwaite. And he skates it out. Crosthwaite enters the zone. Cuts in the slot. His shot just a little wide. Gucci's after the rebound. It's back to the Gilbert. His shot deflected. McLean's keeping it in. Now Gilbert behind the net, sends it around, back for a cross-weight. He's in the high slot. His shot on net. Goalie makes a save, rebound into the corner. Billard sends that behind the net for Gilbert. Back for Regan. Just couldn't get the shot off and cleared away by Notre Dame onto the net, so no icing. Kessler to McLean. Shot on net, and Kessler hangs on to that. Seven minutes to go in regulation. Jackson comes out with it, enters the zone, drops it for Judd. His shot, barely held on to, but whistle goes. Peugeot and Burns on the point. Judd gets it for Noble. His shot, oh, off the post. Peugeot's there to keep it in. Battles, Young's there to cover. He goes across the blue line, gets that over for Burns. His shot, goalie makes a save. Judd gets the rebound. Now Noble's shot, goalie hangs on to that one. Back to Peugeot. Sends that down low. Judd picks up behind the net. Tries to get that in front. It lands on top of the net. Whistle goes.
She's like, I think we got the same colors. Like the whole side, it's like that. No, I like it. I don't care. I should ask her what color are we getting next.
Noble gets it off the draw, over for Young. Young in the corner with Noble. Young comes out with it. Gets it back for Burns. Burns sends it down low for Noble. He gets it to Judd. He tries to get that in front. Bounces out of bounds. 6 minutes left in regulation. Marshfield, Larch, and number 3 up front. Thinking it's Max Kane. Markowicz on the point with Wiersbicky. Notre Dame sends it up center. Wiersbicky gets it back for number 3, over for Marshfield, into the zone. Marshfield gets it on net. Goalie makes a save, rebounds back for Marshfield. Now Larch helping out, gets a piece of it. Taken away by Notre Dame. They get a shot, that goes wide. Kept in by Notre Dame. Now Marshfield to number 3, he clears it out. Bouncing puck ends up back in the zone. Oh, sent in off of a player. Pressure from Larch. Now Marshfield on it, now Larch. Markowicz up for number 3. Number 3 takes that back into the zone. And a partial line change here. 3 keeps the pressure going, getting support from Gilbert now. Gilbert to 3. He's tied up. In comes Gucci. He picks up the puck. Gucci comes out with it. Back to the point for Wiersbicky. His shot through traffic, held on to by the goalie. 4:39 left in regulation in a 3-2 game. Billard, Gucci, and Gilbert up front. Markowicz on the point with Wiersbicky. It's back to Wiersbicky. Down low for Billard. Help from Gilbert. Notre Dame sends it up center, but intercepted by Wiersbicky. He skates across. takes it down low. Tries the old wraparound. Goalie makes the save. Wiersbeke gets it back. Leaves it for Billard. Billard takes it in. Gets some support from Wiersbeke. And Regan comes out with it. His shot deflected out of bounds. 4:10 left in regulation. Off the draw, Billard sends it back to the point. Wiersbeke gets it back into the zone. Allaire chips that up for Notre Dame. Oh, we're going to get a no call there. Fans are calling for it. Play continues. Behind the net, the battle goes. Notre Dame comes out with it. They get a shot blocked by Gucci. Another shot, this time gets through, and Kessler makes the save. No ball on the draw. Judd and Young on the wings. McLean on the point with Crossway. Puck's fired around and clears the zone. Pressure from Noble. Gets it back into Notre Dame territory. Fires that around the boards. Judd's going to get there. Back to Noble in front. Can't connect. Cleared out by Notre Dame. Notre Dame keeps it in, but Crossway clears it out. Back in the zone, couldn't connect in front. McLean keeps it in. Young guys on the sidewall. Gets some help from Andrew. There we go. Puck is loose. Nice work from Jackson covering on the point. Now McLean battling hard on the sidewall, getting help from Young. Penalty coming up against Notre Dame. Fans are not happy with that one. 2:39 left. St. Charles on the power play. Back to McLean, down low for Young. Bounces away, and Crossway picks it up in the neutral zone. Daniel skates it back in. Circles back. Keeps possession. Gets some help from Noble. Notre Dame fires that around and out. Kessler plays it for Andrew. Up for Noble. Cross ice to Judd. Icing called. Marshfield on the draw. Larch and Holden on the wings. Burns gets it off the draw. He's out there with Peugeot, who gets it in the other corner. He goes for a skate. He gets the red line into the blue. Hits the brakes in the corner. Gets that back for Holden. Holden back to Peugeot. Former teammates of the Coppercliff Redmond. Now shot in front, deflected. Picked up in the corner by Peugeot, around for Marshfield. Pressure from Notre Dame, getting some help from Burns. He gets that to Peugeot. The goalie makes the save. .126 left in regulation. 47 seconds in their power play. Peugeot gets it off the draw. Sends that down low for Marshfield. Marshfield behind the net comes out with it. over for Burns. Burns down low for Larch. Larch takes that behind the net. Back for Peugeot. Peugeot chips it up through some bodies, gets that in front, cleared away by Notre Dame. Notre Dame sends it up in the neutral zone. They get a shot. Now Peugeot gets that back. Oh, stick got broken there. Marshfield gets it in. We're back to 5-on-5. Burns ties up at the blue line as the player comes out of the box. Again, support from Billard. Puck comes out. Drop pass, shots fired. Big save from Kessler. Now Marshfield keeping him outside. Again, support from Burns. Puck comes out in the high slot. Shots fired. Kessler with a big save with 9 seconds left on the clock. Notre Dame pulls the goalie. All right, Gucci on the draw. 8 seconds. We're down to 5 seconds. Shots blocked. Cleared away by Billard. Gucci gets a shot in the net. Billard to Gucci, 4-2 final. All right, that's all she wrote tonight. 4-2 win, St. Charles.